had to harken back to New Orleans, back when you dated that drama queen, to remember the last time that I saw your face. We exchanged some words and hit the road, neither us a single place to go. A friendship in the tank for 2 weeks, and we grew up on the wrong side of the river, and our childhood has gone on for way too long. And in time,
I mean, the word says itself. It's long distance, it's long run, short rest, sleep less, and try to beat others. That's about it. First year is always difficult to set a goal, but for me, mainly, like for everyone running for a first time a race, it's finishing the race, like in long distance, and especially in Femundlopet 600, the long Femund. It's not so easy to finish just proper. So that was my main goal first. Of course, I knew that if we will have a proper race, we will be not too slow. I knew that, but again, I tried to train good and focused on the main thing, and that was taking good care of my dogs. It's always special to run a race the first time as a rookie. Even if somebody knows a lot about the race, a certain race, it's always a first race is a special race, and it was also for me a very special race. It was a rookie team, not just I was a rookie. My dogs were absolutely newcomers in long distance, in that kind of long distance race. I mean, they are long distance breedings. The bloodline is long distance, and I wouldn't say I trained my dogs in the last 3-4 years just very specifically for stage racing. That's not true. We did something in between, especially when it comes to the Odyssée. You can't just train very fast and short and all that stuff to be good. So it was something in between, but really that kind of long stages and run-throughs and this real kind of extremely long trainings, that was our first season, and they were all rookies. It's very important, even for a rookie like me, it was important to focus on my own dogs and do what my dogs need and rest there, or even go through a checkpoint like I did, because I knew my dogs are strong there and they run great. So I didn't just copy other teams. That's the wrong way to race. So I more or less focused on my own team. But still then I of course see to the right and to the left and learn a lot. I had more contact with Rolf than with Robert. But that means nothing, just like it was, and I learned it's rather a lot from them, but also out of the situations. I would say I'd learned even more, but I wouldn't say they always have smooth runs. I mean, I was a rookie, but I was not blind, and I knew that also from before. I mean, I trained with other long distance mushers before. And I'm not blind, so I would say they have good races and they have good stages, and they also have bad stages, and they might have their parkings, and they have to talk with their dogs sometimes. And the winner almost deal the best with problems, but everybody deal with problems in long distance. That strong belief about the team comes out of training and out of working with the dogs and living with them together, and not out of something just in the race or like doing a plan for a race. That's something a musher works during the whole year with and deal with, and then it's a high chance to reach also such a high goal, for example, or do a proper race, a fast one or just a finishing race. If you have experience, 20 years, 30 years of experience, of course it's much more easy to plan a race. And if you are a rookie like I was, I mean, rather hard to plan really the race. I was really surprised in the first part of this year's Femundlopet, especially it was a very cold race. The temperature dropped down on -40, and even then several long distance teams moved extremely fast in the first part of the race, and that surprised me. I mean, it's a 600 kilometer race, it's not a 1,000-mile race, but even then I felt a little bit stupid on a second league or something in the first 150 kilometers. Many run very fast, but it changed after. Down to the first part of the race, first checkpoint, most of the teams run through. I did it too. I planned but that's not really a main huge different thing. I did many teams run through there, and I would say I even did a slower pace than many others experienced long distance races. I was surprised how the Norwegians sometimes go extremely fast, even with a lot of experience. Many of them always tell me when we go out, they say just go slow in the beginning, and then they do the opposite in racing. So I had a good moments with Ralph together in Drefsjö. We took our first 8 hour right there, and I think it was a good decision. I would stop there as well, but it made me even more sure to do it, because he was also there and we talked about. And it was really not the plan to open real racing. It was just happened. I planned to have a good team, good rolling team, and as soon as I realized that my team runs very, very good, like they did from Drefsjö to Savoie, I just decided 15 minutes before I went into Savoie to run through, because there was no reason. We did such a super time into that checkpoint, and I was not in the mood to stop there and start to feed again. It was too short in between, and we trained long. As I said, I was sure what my dogs can run and how long they can run and what kind of rest they need. So that's why I decided to run through there. Finally, I end up it was soon somewhere in the middle of the race. I was first out of Savoie, because most of them in Savoie had to rest longer, 2-3 hours. So I was in the lead there and went first into Tynset. From Grimsbo 1 to Grimsbo 2, of course, that part of the trail we know very good and we run a lot. But I'm not sure if it is really an advantage or not. I think it's easier to run a fresh trail. The dogs are motivated. They don't know all corners. They don't know where to stop. They don't know the way back home. And I think that's more easy to run and to have motivated dogs. If you train back home, you do hundreds of times. You do the same trail back and forth, and the motivation is less for the dogs. We have to deal with other problems, like running beside the dog yard, and that's not so easy. And it's really going by, like we talk about 2 meters running beside the dog yard, and that's really another story. After a few hundred kilometers and with a very, very little rest, it's not so easy to run away again for a 200-300 kilometers long. But I had to deal with that. I knew that from before. We trained that also, and of course I missed 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the whole way into Grimsbo 2, and yeah, but that's racing, and some others deal with other problems, and one of my problem was that. But of course the connection to the dogs makes a race good or less, and I had to explain my team to go further. I mean, it was, for me and my dogs, it was totally clear that we will go further and we have to go further, and I commit that totally clear. But on the other side, you can't be hard with the team out there and pushing them maybe further away from home, because then you already press them on the mentally side, and that boundary of connection you need to run fast to do good further in the race. So it was a kind of a thin way to go. I know what it takes to win a race because of the Grand Odyssey, and that it's the same there. I think somebody can plan to run a race good or plan to race really for the first place, but you can't plan to win. Sometimes it's a dog more in the bag and you lose, and sometimes it's one problem less and you win. We did a very good Femundlopet, and next time it might be good enough to win it, and or maybe just do a 10th place, which is also very good. That's very hard to say.
No, I'm not disappointed. I'm totally happy. I mean, I hope. No, it's not. I'm happy. I mean, I'm rookie and on 4th place. It's a result many dream for years to get it once in their life. But I think I had a chance to win that race. So I'm not disappointed, but it's one step and there is many years coming, so we try to do better.
A friendship in the tank for 2 weeks, and we grew up on the wrong side of the river, and our childhood has gone on for way too long. And in time, I know we'll find it. We've been stuck across the river for way too long.